On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, we're going to be talking F1 Racing. That's right. Rudeboy Kyle's here, and he's going to fill us in a little bit on, F1 Racing and what's going on with that. That's going to be a great time. We're also going to do a nice deep dive into the love of a certain actor that several of us have. So get ready to enjoy that as well, along with a little video game talk. And hey, I drink something that could I have found something that we can bring back IPA Appreciation Month with? We'll find out. And hey, all of that's to come. So make sure you pour yourself a cold beverage and get ready. And, relax, because you're here. And when you're here, you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and the Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay?
Oh, come on. Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that is unfortunately having to do away with IPA Appreciation Month. However, I may have found a solution to that, and it may be worse. What is it? Get the hell out of here. Details to come. I am your host, the living embodiment, Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing tonight?
Not for long if you do that crap.
Yeah. My wife got me something that I will be starting off what's on tap with, and it might be the new thing for us to have for IPA Appreciation Month. Kidder, I'm excited.
But why?
Why? Because I think I'm going to suffer through this tonight, and I think you should all suffer later. Keeping that unofficial slogan of the Triple B, sharing the misery together.
You're giving me gray hair. Cut the crap out.
Whatever. You shave it off anyway. No one's going to notice.
My beard. The last actual piece of sanity, and you're turning it gray, turning it against me. Unbelievable. Make me want to drink.
Well, that's a good thing we are going into everybody's favorite segment, and that is What's on Tap. And of course, we have some guests that we'll introduce along the way too. And this time, I'm just going to go in reverse order of the last show. That's right. I remember this from week to week, even though my memory isn't what it used to be. But that means we're going to go out to the West Coast and to the Triple B Wiseman. Doc, how you doing this evening? What you having?
I am doing well. By way of an update, I shared previously on the show that the choir that I'm in will be performing at Carnegie Hall later this year. We are now, as of recording, less than 2 months out, but I think by the time this airs, we'll be at roughly about a month out. And we're premiering a new work. We've been workshopping it all year, and just this week we got the MIDI recordings that have the strings layered in. And amazing. I was listening, I smiled the whole way home listening to it. It's gonna be just a spectacular thing, and I can't wait for it. So I'm a bit on a high because of that. As far as what I'm drinking, I have two things in front of me that were dropped off and left behind by a guest that was here for dinner the other night, and I'm not sure which one I want. So one or two.
Two.
Two? Very nice. Interesting. All right, so I guess I am going with a beatbox.
We meant both of them.
Oh no, I'm not. No. It's alcohol by volume. We're not doing that. So it's a beatbox cherry limeade. It contains alcohol, in case you didn't know. It says it is the world's tastiest party punch, which I guess we'll find out. Best served chilled and must be 21 or over. And on the other side, it also says best served chilled. So they really, really mean that. have had a beatbox before, but I don't remember what flavor it was. It was not this one, though. It tastes like cherry Kool-Aid that somebody didn't add enough sugar to.
That's always the most disappointing for me when you get Kool-Aid and it's not made correctly.
Yeah, no. And it has like the tiniest hint of lime, so I guess they call it limeade, but really like it really does. But I think what's dangerous about it is that it is 11.1% alcohol by volume.
Woo!
But I barely taste any alcohol.
All right.
So this like
Curtis will have 2.
This could be bad. This could be a bad thing if you had these like all stocked up and like ready to go, or if you poured it for someone and they didn't know that it had alcohol in it. But I would give it like maybe a 1.5. It's not bad. It's just not something I would ever probably purchase myself or go out of my way to drink. I mean, it's not like disgusting, but it's not good.
All right. Well, from that apparently not great beatbox of a party drink, let's head over to Iowa. And with that means we're going to one Rudeboy Kyle. Kyle, how you doing? What you having?
I'm doing okay. It's on the mend from the past couple weeks from cold going around, and so I'm feeling as close to 100% as I can after that. So thankful to be here. Great to hang out with you guys. And my round one was a kind of a unique find. I was browsing the aisles and I found from the Confluence Brewing Company here in Des Moines, Iowa, a what they call a bourbon barrel-aged milk stout with coffee, vanilla beans, and chocolate. 10.5% alcohol by volume, a 12-ounce can. This series employs a variety of cooperage to elevate the spirit of our beer, proving that good things come together for those who wait. And this one is called the 50s Dad. So yeah, it's got the golden label, the 50s Dad reading his newspaper next to a couple bottles of milk, a shaker, and a stack of pancakes on the label there. So let's crack her open and give her a sniff and a little taste. The first smell is definitely the coffee notes. Ooh. That definitely tastes like something that you can neglect your family and your wife to. So, but no, that's but yeah, it's a.
It's an interesting side effect from that one. You better be careful if you're going to open that one.
Well, no, it is a very interesting taste on, because I'll say the coffee and the chocolate are the main flavor notes. The vanilla comes through as it's very smooth overall, and you almost doesn't taste like a beer in itself because you're almost drinking almost a thickened cold brew with alcohol in it. But it's the flavor profile is, man, it definitely, I'm not a huge fan of the stouts because they're usually either way too thin and they don't really live up to their stout name, and other times they are way too thick and way too heavy on the flavor, and they just feel like a meal in a can. But this strikes the good balance between, we'll say, exploiting the economy and providing for your family. It's something that it lives up to the milk stout. It has a very smooth coffee flavor. The milk and the chocolate is in there, and the bourbon barrel aging is really what gives it that last panache. I'll give it a 4.2.
Wow, that's good rating. And Local Geek, I hope you put that comment down in the spreadsheet, because that was probably one of the best beer review lines we've had. So, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the Triple B Brewmaster. The Local Geek is here. Local Geek, how you doing? What you having?
Really generalize the 50s dad, but I just wanted to add that line.
Oh no! It was a great line. I just want to make sure that we record it. You know,
It was on point, okay?
All right.
Well, gents, it snowed outside. So you know what that means. Means I'm having myself a cold smoke.
All right. I gotta get
No introduction needed for that guy.
I gotta get my hands on one of these. They look mighty.
Peter tells me when he's going to visit you, I can send one your way.
Mhm.
Well, it just so happens that September will be rolling around soon.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Here for a second, I thought, what is the one, Local Geek? You might remember this. There was one that we were doing. It was like every winter they changed the recipe on it. It was like a snowdrift, a snowstorm,
Snowdrift sounds right.
Yeah, I think I'd accidentally had everyone since the show started, or pretty close to, and then now to this. But that's what I thought you might be throwing too. But I'll accept a cold smoke on that. That's fine.
It's my traditional one when we get a nice heavy snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Perfect for a snowstorm.
yeah.
Yep. Like 8%, I think, roughly, something like that. 6.5. Never mind. Not quite as high as I was thinking.
Yeah. And also perfect for a snowstorm. Kidder, what are you having? What you pulling out of that beer fridge of yours?
Well,
Sandstorm.
just have to stay on the roads and find out. Because we got to plow them in the plowing simulator.
There we go.
Get this thing out of the way. I think one that I gave you at some point, and then I got it back.
Before you crack that open, Mark, I got one of those this past season for our hockey league. I played, I guess, particularly well according to my teammates, and they gave me a choice of a natural ice and that beer. Because a guy just brought a cooler with some random assortment of the stuff, and
30 days in the cooler.
I got the MVP Smirnoff ice, and bottoms up, pinkies out.
I'm pretty sure this was last summer's drink.
Actually, Kidder, how's it tasting for you first? Let me ask you that.
Sugar.
Oh,
Straight up pink lemonade.
Kidder, that is probably the oldest drink in my beer fridge. You gave me to that in year one of this podcast.
Oh, all right. Wonderful.
That
Maybe
thing
the
is
alcohol burned off because of sugar water.
I think that's where all the sugar went that was supposed to be in this.
Yeah.
Truth be told, you gave it to me in one of the first true beer exchanges we did, and I've been meaning to sneak it into your house and put it back for all this time. And then you ended up drafting it in the beer draft, and so great. I'm glad it's not going to kill you though, or the taste terrible. So
I mean, we're not sure yet because the show's not over and the night's not over.
Yeah. And boy, do I have something here. So my wife bought me this because she's been trying to help me find things to now drink now that I can no longer, drink alcohol. This is from a company called Hoplark. Gentlemen, this is a sparkling hop tea, the really hoppy one. So, what it tells you here is it is a black tea. Hop flavor or the hop flower used is Cascade and Citra hops. With a, as I said, black blend tea. It has a hoppiness level, which is on the really, not quite up to whoa, but at really. And it says tea brewed like craft beer. If you enjoy fresh, hoppy IPAs, you will love this intense hop flavor and aroma, complemented with just the right amount of bitterness. And you can discover more craft brewed hoppiness at hoplark.com. It has 70 milligrams of caffeine. Ingredients include carbonated water, hops, organic black tea, and citric acid. So Kidder, there's a whole variety of these. So we could bring back IPA Appreciation Month without actually having IPA. But also, if it tastes like an IPA, it's an IPA with like no alcohol. So it's
Even
It's
worse.
giving me a headache from here right now.
Because the only saving grace of drinking an IPA is that it has alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it smells like an IPA. A nice citrusy IPA. Let's give this thing a try. Ooh.
Don't lie.
Wow. That is an interesting combination. It is like a really watery IPA. It's got the IPA notes, but then it's got kind of the mixing of the black tea with it is really something interesting. I'm more of a sweet tea guy than a straight tea individual. So that's maybe kind of interesting.
Does it? What kind of citrus do they complement the tea with?
There's no citrus really with it.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's like the hoppiness of an IPA. So kind of that bitter taste, and then it moves into a little bit of that, the tea tastes. It's kind of that. Grass isn't quite the right word, but it's more of that herbal tea, kind of taste, and it's like very watery. So just yeah, it's a weird combination.
With some honey, improve it.
Maybe. Huh. How do I even rate this? I think I would give this maybe like a 1.7.
Still too high. Way too high.
I don't know that I could drink a lot of these. The sad thing is, I think I probably will, just because I keep trying to find new things. So I might try all the flavors.
I know there's hop water out there too. That's just hops and water infused together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be stretching to get a 1.7 with those. So I've had some of those. So
I think you had one on the show actually. Now that you say that,
it's something that my parents had brought out a few selections from my sister and brother-in-law from the holidays. I don't know. It's almost like if I don't know how to describe it, but it's like if you have the compulsion to have a taste for hops, where you can't deal with just normal sparkling water and you need some other kind of flavor besides like a berry or a lemon or some other kind of fruit that kind of pairs with sparkling water, then yeah, but it's, I don't know. It almost seems like a waste of black tea at that point. It's like you can choose so many other better flavors besides hops to go with it.
In this one's defense, I will say, like, after like the first drink or two, like the hops flavor goes away.
Yeah.
Like I'm really now, and I think this is also why I'm kind of scoring it a bit on the lower side.
You're
It's just
stuck
kinda
in
like
sadness.
And it's just like a watery black tea at this point, you know? So
and it has carbonation to it, or is it just kind of
no, I mean, it's supposed to be carbonated water. You know, yeah.
Huh.
So it's
it's kind of like I sometimes I take those and at least with a grain of salt, and imagine like if I were to give it a shot of vodka or something, like if it were to have some alcohol to it, how would I imagine this tasting? And it's like some of it
better
has some potential, and some of it is just like it's going to be bad either way. So,
and I would say this has some potential. If I was maybe more of a tea drinker, I might enjoy this a bit more. But
sure.
like I really do tend to be more on the sweet tea side of things. So,
spoonful of sugar and a shot of vodka.
I mean, I can do this. Like I can do the spoonful of sugar.
There you go.
Maybe on the next one that I get, I'll have to bring down some sugar at the same time and do a true test of it. But that said, I was mostly joking though, Kidder. I don't know that I would make you guys drink that for IPA Appreciation Month. It was just a good tie-in for setting that up. So you're welcome on that.
Fair enough. Yes. None of that. I see Rudeboy's wearing his racing gear again tonight, and he's got a wing on his right shoulder there. The Red Bull.
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice the Battlefield 6 limited event?
I did. Yeah, when I was on break at work the other night, I did a few episodes or a few rounds of the motorbike race, and they take the new map that they just released, and they take you around a few different courses that is I'd say it's a challenge, and I think I may have started it just as they pushed the update, because I got the update before I went to work, and I went on break, and sometimes it was a few minute wait in order to get 8 people into the lobby, because that's the minimum you need. Yeah. But it was interesting because I hadn't really played any of the Battlefield 6 and ridden the motorbike in game before, so it's something that there's some keyboard controls that allow you to take the jumps and then pitch forward or pitch backward, and but there's some decent challenges to get through, and I think there's maybe another week and a half left on it or so, 10 or 11 days to get your dog tags and other stuff sorted. But there's I think 3 different waves in each session, and you have to finish, say, in the top 6 for the first round, the top 4 for the second round. So I think they eliminate 2 people per round, and you get points through going through the gates and trying to find the most efficient way through. And there's no weapons involved, but you can crash into other people. You can throw them off course a little bit. And I did my 3 rounds and made it to round 2 a couple of times, but I didn't make it to the last round yet. But that's my goal for maybe this weekend when I get some free time, is to make it to final round and maybe win a race. Because it's all about going through the red and the blue gates, and they score you points. And even if you miss a gate, even if you keep plugging along, there's a chance of other people crashing out or missing gates themselves. So it's a test of perseverance and your little skills in driving the motorbike. So,
Highest I made it is the first loser on the final round. So
Okay.
second place.
there you go.
But it's cheesy. And I did all the challenges, so I probably won't play any more of it, because you also
No.
can't play as a group because everybody's individual.
Yeah, that's what I noticed, because it's like you're going up against people that, because when I first started it must have been just released, because I had to wait at about 1 a.m. in the morning to get into the lobby for a few minutes, and I was like, well, I'm not getting any more people. Is there only like 8 or 10 people on the whole game playing this right now? And so I don't know how popular it might be, but still
Popular enough to get the limited rewards.
Yeah, it's something to claw a few people back to the Battlefield 6 game. And it seems like it's gotten to that point where they're scraping for players, and so
There's still some super cheaters, so that's the unfortunate thing about it.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's doing all right. It's good. Playing a little bit here, playing a little bit there. Haven't streamed any. I know Howard's busy, so I know he won't watch.
I mean, depends when you're streaming.
Mhm.
You know, I once joined you guys for a stream.
It's
Yeah.
true.
it's been too damn long since we streamed. I got back into the American Truck Simulator while I've been on break at work recently, and cruising through Louisiana and Missouri, all that. So it's good to have the time to unwind and do the games that we used to do way back when, even though it's been 6-8 months since we've done that. So
Well, hopefully we can do that, especially because the new game mode in flashing lights for the DOT, so you can fix traffic signals, clean up debris. Rude Boy's favorite of towing cars.
Yeah.
And they got a flatbed, so you don't just need the regular tow truck. You got a flatbed, so you can all more. And I already customized all the vehicles, so I'm ready to go. Got all my flash patterns set up. The lights are rolling. Ready to roll.
Yeah. No, if you guys ever do, as long as I know in advance, I'd sit and do commentary again. We had a pretty good time, and we actually had quite a couple of people like stick around for a while I was doing that. So, yeah.
Speaking of Red Bull, though, if you have never looked into like the crazy events that they do around the world, they are amazing. We spent a whole evening watching like a compilation of like their soapbox races, the chariot races, the Flugtag. There's something else. Like it is just absolutely crazy. Like, people build these things and they go down like these steep obstacle courses, and it's like all like amateur. Like it's very entertaining.
Yeah, my parents have been down to Australia, and they were doing the cliff dives off of like a big platform in Melbourne, next to the Sydney, or it was actually Sydney, but the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and they were putting on they were doing it was like 30-meter dives, and they were just hanging out watching people diving from 100 feet up, and it's just amazing. But not to jump onto that point, I'm going to be heading to Austria later this year to watch the F1 race at the Red Bull Ring in Salzburg. Be there with mom and dad, and so just something to celebrate my belated 40th birthday, and something to say I've checked that off my list of being an F1 fan since for about 35 years, and I haven't seen a race in person yet. So it's so that's my big to do for later on this year. In addition,
did you see the movie though?
Oh gosh, yeah. We watched the F1 movie. I'd say that's as good of a representation of the drama, the excitement, and the thrill of watching a race as you can get, without putting in, because I make the joke with my wife, because she enjoys watching the Tour de France. And those go on for 3 to 5 hours for about a month.
Yeah.
In the middle of the year, and there's probably 20 to 25 days worth of the Tour de France, and she compresses my F1 watching schedule into a month. But her being a teacher, she has the time off to be able to watch it, or watch it on demand. But she'll put it on and watch here and there, and with our hectic schedules as the way they are, I tend to do the same thing throughout the weekends when there's F1 races, and there's a couple less races with the things going on in the Middle East nowadays. But they have a month off till they're in Miami again, early May. But it's practice 1, 2, and 3, or if there's a sprint weekend, there's one practice, and they have sprint qualifying, and sprint race, and then qualifying for the full length race, and then the race. So it can be a roller coaster of emotion, a thrill for if you have a favorite team or a favorite driver, then you can be left on the edge. And considering it's a worldwide series, if you're that dedicated and you want to watch it live and you don't want to have the spoilers, this past race was in Japan, and that race started at midnight Central Time. So sometimes the practice and the qualifying is not a convenient time, but that's the the dedication you have for the thrill of the race. So.
Well, I would say if you really want to make a dream come true and you're going to be there, I'm reminded of a scene from The Office when Nellie, Catherine Tate's character, says her philosophy is, if the seat's open, the job's open. And then her next statement is, and that's how I came to briefly drive a Formula One car.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's those are I wish I could say I can make that happen, because man,
You especially probably don't want to do that when you're in a foreign country either. So
yeah, especially in Austria, because they don't mess around there. So
I'm reminded of another scene from The Office when they go to Florida and Jim says, Florida's pretty loose with the death penalty. Pam made sure I knew that before I came.
yeah, but they do their best to put on a spectacle wherever they go. They're world renowned for their race in Monaco, and their burgeoning market in the United States, given that they have a race in Miami and Austin and Las Vegas now. So it's something that I followed it since my earliest memories. Back when we had to record races on VHS tapes, and or either that or get up at 5 or 6 in the morning to watch it live, because the races were over in Europe in the afternoon. But it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of good competition with new regulations now, because the cars produce about 1,000 horsepower, but it's equal battery and equal internal combustion engine, and it's all a matter of how you harvest and deploy the electrical energy throughout the lab to make the best of your pace. And so it's definitely a controversial new set of regulations, because there's a lot of nuance to how you place yourself throughout the race, and how you overtake or not overtake to conserve battery energy. So it's not as favored from the authentic fans' perspective, because you're not driving flat out, even in qualifying, because you're not pushing the car to its limits. So a lot of the drivers are having to adapt how to make a fast lap happen. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to follow, and so yeah.
Well, I will say, even though I'm not a racing Formula One fan, I'm still jealous that you're going to Austria, because that's a bucket list place for me. So maybe someday.
Are you flying into Vienna, and then from there going to the hotel in Graz, and then taking the bus to the track in Salzburg on Thursday through Sunday? So it's take plenty of pictures and share the experience whenever I get back. And so yeah,
you'll maybe have to let us know when that is coming up, because there happens to be a member of the Triple B who's over in that neck of the woods.
Indeed.
Ooh.
And he might meet up with you, at least have a beer or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So, and who knows? He might be listening to this episode right now, going, "Oh my gosh, I should do that." Maybe, if he's listening. Who knows? So, who's your driver of choice these days, Kyle? Who are you cheering in F1? Who's because I haven't watched F1 for a long time. I think I was still living in South Dakota when like it'd be on and my dad would watch, and he just always liked auto racing. So
yeah, it's I mean nowadays it's streaming on Apple TV, which is kind of a fence to climb for normal racing fans because it's not on normal streaming services or even on we'll say like cable TV if you're to try and get it. It's only on Apple TV. But I'm a fan of the Red Bull F1 Racing team. I'd say there's a handful of drivers that I like to root for. I like Max Verstappen, like Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz. He drives for Williams, Alex Albon. There's a lot of drivers that are in F1 that have moved on from Red Bull, and they're driving for other teams now. So it's something that back in the summer of 2019, we took a trip to France and England, and we went and took a rental car through Stonehenge, and then we kind of just drove out through the country and drove around, and we drove to the factory in Milton Keynes for Red Bull and saw that. And we saw the Haas factory, and then Mercedes. There's a lot of F1 teams that are based in England. So it's something that it was kind of a good pilgrimage to have my fandom kind of realize and see what goes on. And it's amazing how the small little countryside feelings are kind of dotted through small industrial towns that somehow have a aerospace grade factory that authors a car that is unique and is bespoke to the F1 standard, and puts out two of the now 22 best drivers in the world to put on a show for one of the most popular sports in the world. So it was cool to see and witness, and I'm really looking forward to capturing and hopefully sharing the experience of going to Austria, because not only is it the car experience, but the scenery, the mountains, and elevation that Austria has to offer in that particular region, because it's you see it on TV all the time, and you're like, man, I wish I was there. And now I get to go see it. So
very cool.
Yeah, and for me, like it's the Austria is like the cradle of the birth of Western music, because Mozart, Bach, Beethoven, like it's, so that's why it's always been like, for me, like, I don't care all that much about racing, but like Austria, Vienna.
But yeah, it's something that I was very torn between there and Belgium for the race, and I was like, well, if we fly into Vienna, then we're going to take about a 2.5 hour train ride from Vienna to Graz to get within an hour's drive of the track for our hotel. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, because it's an experience that I kind of had a taste of when we went to France and England and took the Eurostar.
The train is like so easy to get all around Europe. We took it when we were in Italy, like all over the place, and it's like because that's what they like. It's not like here where, I mean, the Amtrak is not bad, but trains are a totally different thing in Europe than they are here.
Oh yeah.
So, also, and I can remind you again before you go, but one thing to look for, because I believe it is, I'll have to look. I have it in my office at work, so I can't look right now. But there's a chocolate, and it's called Mozart chocolate, and I believe it's from Austria.
Okay.
But one of my close friends, who's now one of my housemates, brought it back from Europe many, many years ago, and it was so good. We've only found it here in the U.S. one time and never again. But he was just in Slovenia, and he brought a whole bunch of it back. It is like the absolute best chocolate.
I will do my best.
They get it in Europe. It is so good, so good.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for it, and if I find some, I'll have it ready for the concert.
Yeah, no, he was just in Slovenia. He actually brought back like 10 bags of it because it's and the last time he brought it back, this is an interesting story. The last time he brought it back from Europe, our dog at the time, Maddie, she actually ate a whole thing of it.
Oh no.
She did not get sick.
Oh wow. It's that good.
It's that good. Like we were so worried. We're like, oh my gosh! Like is she? Like we're like watching her. I have to take her to the vet. She just ate a whole thing of chocolate. Didn't get sick at all.
Wow. Dog approved.
Dog approved.
Since you mentioned it a few times, I gotta throw it in there. My son's been watching a lot of various stuff on YouTube lately, and we don't have the paid subscription or anything, so we get the commercials. And one of his favorite things to do, there's two commercials that he likes to quote. They're both beverages. One of them is Red Bull gives you wings. The other one is I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's a Dos Equis.
The most interesting man in the world.
Oh,
I hope he's not saying the Dos Equis one at school.
Probably is.
Thankfully, you can't really understand what he says when he says that one. But the Red Bull gives you wings is plain as day, and it's
because that'll be interesting. That would be fun when he goes to school. Like I don't often drink beer, but when I do, it's a Dos Equis. It's just like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I don't always drink hop tea, but when I do, I like to wash it down with dad jokes.
Yes,
of the week.
I think Kidder still has my books. So.
Why did you give it to him? He's never going to give it back.
I didn't give it to him. He stole it from my desk.
Oh.
There's some text theories that are out there, Kidder. Anyway, yes, it's time for some dad jokes out of this book. Will they be good? We don't know. We're going to find out together. And here we go. While most puns make me numb, math puns make me even number. I think worse than a dad joke, it's a math dad joke. Did you hear about the kidnapping at school? It's fine. He woke up.
I was worried for a second.
Yeah. Did you hear about the new restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere.
No atmosphere.
We'll just fly around it.
How do you make holy water? You just boil the hell out of it. There you go. More dad jokes.
So because growing up I was self-taught, I used to play piano by ear. but now I use my hands.
Nice.
What do you call a Roman with a cold? Julius Sneezer.
Hey, well, I've got one for you. It's a very sacred Asian proverb, but it reads, "A lion would never drive under the influence, but a tiger would."
Oh, snap.
I have to share this one. So my kids are, they're working on learning how to tell jokes and such. And little miss, she's 3. And so sometimes, she gets excited when she's trying to tell a joke, especially if it's a new one that she's learned. And so sometimes there's mess ups and false starts and all that. But we had one day, and she was doing it's a well-known dad joke of how do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. But she messed it up. Finished the joke though. I'll give her this because she's like, Dad. Yeah, I got a joke for you. Okay. How do you make a boogie dance? You put a tissue on it. And then because you're supposed to laugh after a joke, and sometimes sarcastically because it's not a good joke, she immediately followed up with, ha ha.
Nice. You teach them the art of telling a joke like Christopher Walken would. What does a boogie do with the tissue?
It's great, but yeah, she'll do that little ha ha.
The laugh for emphasis.
Yeah. Oh, so there you go. Dad jokes, because everybody likes it when we do dad jokes on this show. Everybody
does.
Everybody.
And if you don't, you're lame.
I'll have to say that I think Mark liked mine.
I think he likes them. He just likes to pretend he doesn't. He likes to be like, I'm too cool for this, and I'm like, you're not.
No, I have to pretend that I don't like them or know them, because if I did, that means that I probably have kids out there somewhere, and that's scary.
Well, never mind. Anyway.
How's that pink drink tasting there, Mark?
I have to have a few more if I find out I have kids.
Well, anyway, moving on.
I will say, Kidder usually is pretty good about cracking his own joke.
Oh, he does. He does them all the time. He's like, I hate dad jokes, and then he drops like 3 of them in a row.
They're hard to handle.
Yeah. It's okay. To me, it just adds to that whole segment of every time I bring it up, like he groans. It's he's setting the tone for the jokes already. It's just doing this.
Oh yeah, we're doing it.
So
the Black Crows would enjoy this humor.
I do have to ask, although by the time this comes out, it's old news. But hey, anybody watch the whole Artemis 2 launch? And
yes, saw it live. Made me emotional. Brought a tear to my eye.
I didn't. There was a whole thing in our like work Teams chat as it was happening, but it was actually working, so I couldn't watch it. Yeah. And I was like, how are the rest of you able to step away from meetings to watch it? Because I can't.
Yeah, I watched it, at least the replay of it. I didn't get to watch it live, but it was kind of fun to watch it on the replay because I watched it with my kids. So for them, it was the first time they'd ever really seen a rocket being launched into space. So they were really excited about it. Kept asking me, like, is it in space yet? Is it in space yet? Is it in space yet? No, it's not in space yet, guys. Is it in space yet now? No.
Well, because like, on the West Coast, like it was like right in the middle of the workday, so it was more challenging. But
so my son was annoyed when I showed it to him because I interrupted the show he was watching to let him watch it.
No, our team chat was like, here's a link with multiple views, here's a link with this view, here's a link with that view, and I'm like, okay, how are you all like finding time to like go investigate all of this?
Yeah,
and I had to resist the urge to be like, are you working or not working?
It's a state job.
Well, I mean, it's a state job in higher education where that job may not exist in 3 months, so you better be actually working.
my kid's also weak because I found another video where they were kind of showing a tour of the capsule, and they were talking about the bathroom and the toilet and how it's in the floor of the capsule, and that was which was then interesting because then I had to explain to my kids why like they needed handles for their toilet and how it how do you do your business in space?
You don't want to know.
Very carefully, that's how.
There's no gravity. You better be very careful, yeah.
Yeah, well, just to even talk about the fact that it's, like the person on it said, well, yeah, it gets loud in here with the toilet running, so you have to actually wear headphones and ear protection. So I was like trying to explain to my kids, well, yeah, because it's like a super powered vacuum, so it's loud in there. Well, why do they need a vacuum? Well, because if they don't, it's gonna float, and do you really want that?
Space is a vacuum.
And that would be a very situation.
Whoa, dad joke. And as a result of that, I can only come to the conclusion that there is a little kidder running around out there somewhere. And isn't that a scary thought?
Especially with never mind.
You know where that? Yeah. You know where all of my like, well. Was
anybody been watching any TV lately?
We went to the new Mario Galaxy.
To be fair though, if that actually was the case, she wouldn't hesitate to tell you. So moving on.
So Mario Galaxy.
Which one?
Anyways.
It was pretty decent. I enjoyed it. There's quite a bit of like building the characters, things like that. But
like
I thought
Lego,
they did a really good job with it.
I can't bring myself
like
to
Lego.
I'm at a point where I can't stand Chris Pratt. He needs to not be in anything ever again. So
I don't really mind him in because I saw the first Mario movie. He wasn't bad in that.
I don't know. I felt like the voice acting from him in that was just completely too over the top.
Yeah, but he's in a hard place because Mario is such an iconic voice. I mean, we all grew up with that, with that voice. So, how do you do that? Because you're not gonna like that Mario voice also would be super annoying for an entire movie.
Well, yeah, no, that's why like the only part you got with it was like when you turned on Mario Galaxy on 64 and all you got was it's a me and Mario, and that's all you heard, because if you heard that for the entire game you'd be like, this is ridiculous, throw your controller at the screen and walk away. But
right. But I think that then, like, if you're the actor in this case, like you're going to try and do something that is close or, reminds people of it, but at the same time, isn't going to annoy. Like, that's a tough spot to do. Be like trying to be the guy to replace like Optimus Prime's voice. You're either going to get that right and people are going to be happy, or you're going to not, and people are going to just come after you with pitchforks.
I mean, to be fair, like my annoyance and being over him is more than just the Mario movie, but
right. I'm really only defending him in the Mario movie.
Yes.
Let's just be
like, I'm sort of over him in general, but then you tack that on top of it, and
Yeah. I could see that. He's one of those actors who, he's in like everything these days.
yes, and that's the thing. People are like, what, we didn't ask for this. Why is he suddenly in everything? Like, no, this is too much.
Yeah, I feel the same way about
Tone it down.
I feel the same about Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's suddenly in everything too, and it's like, okay, just because you did one thing really well doesn't mean you need to be in everything now.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I would be in the camp that was like really excited because John Krasinski really wanted to be Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four.
Oh, that was
and he got it in kind of a weird way and not a great way. And then, we're now doing an actual Fantastic Four movie. And we're casting Pedro Pascal. It's just like, I think everybody would have rather have seen, John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic and for a full movie.
Yes.
We'll see. We got a lot of superhero movies coming up. I don't know if any of them are going to be good.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. I mean,
Doubt it, though. I mean, based on what we've seen recently, I doubt it. I feel like it kind of peaked, and now it's like,
They're saturating the market with too many of them.
yeah.
Well, I don't know that it's too many. I think it's a combination of they don't have characters that people really like. We're not getting more Iron Man. We're not getting more Captain America. You're getting kind of obscure characters.
Yeah. The iconic characters that really resonated have now sort of gone to the wayside, and now what's coming is like it's people don't resonate with it. It's not iconic. It's a lot of like rehashing what's already been done. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel like it's peaked and they're trying to keep it going, and it's like, no, it peaked. Let it just go away for a while and then maybe come back again, but don't try and keep it going because like it's like you've lost the steam. It needs a break. And then because there was a really good heyday of like, the Marvel and even some of the DC like really built up, and it had its moment. You need to know when it's like, okay, we need a break before we come back. They just want the money, so they don't. Yeah.
Well, and what it reminds me of a lot is Stephen Moffat's first run as showrunner of Doctor Who. Like his first season with Matt Smith was actually pretty good because he had a plan and he stuck to the plan, and it was good, but he pulled off this nice twist and such throughout the whole season. There were little hints of things kind of throughout, like it was really well done. But then he thought he had to do it again for the next season, but it wasn't all there. It wasn't all thought out, and it just kind of got worse like the more he went on. And that's what I think kind of happened is that first run of like the MCU, they had a plan. We're going to build to this point. We might not know all of the beats, but this is what we're building towards. And okay, we need to drop this in here so it can be here. And I feel like they like got through that storyline and like, okay, we want to do that again and build to a big thing, but we don't have that. What are we building towards? We don't know. We'll figure that out down the line. We're just going to introduce a bunch of characters and.
Well, and I think that's partly the problem when you don't change up your creative team, because to your point about Doctor Who, I feel like that was kind of the same thing when Russell T Davies came back. Like his first arc when he came back was cool, and then it very quickly fell because it was like you can't keep recreating the same thing from the same creative engine. Like you need to have new life into it, and you need to have new directions. You can't like a formula only works so many times.
Yeah, you have to change it up. You have to do that. And I will say, I also think that there's some things you could have done with this. Like, the big complaint is like, well, they didn't have, major characters. Well, you had access to them. Why not bring some of these other guys to the forefront? Because there are some major characters. Like, they really haven't touched the X-Men,
Oh.
And
I
now
get
now that they have it back, now that they own it again.
right. It's like you should have worked those guys in sooner. I know you had to feel like you had to build up this whole thing to get to it, but you could have brought them in, sooner. You could have brought the Fantastic Four in sooner. You could have even Daredevil. They haven't done great with Daredevil, but they could have, Daredevil is, again, one of those popular characters, and they were coming off a very popular Netflix run of Daredevil. It's like,
you're going to be even bringing Pedro Pascal if you need to.
Well, they already did, but they brought him in the wrong way.
So there's things that they could have done. I mean, right now, the biggest buzz that the next season of Daredevil is getting is they're bringing Jessica Jones back. So
Nice.
it's like, okay, good. Do something with it, but
I wonder if there was some kind of contractual thing when they acquired Marvel from whoever had it, when Netflix was airing all those shows like Nick Cage and Jessica Jones and Daredevil, that they couldn't do new stuff right away with it.
No,
I don't know, because it was. I mean, when they acquired the rights back to all those characters, they had that right away.
Right.
With like the actors, though, is what I'm wondering if they had a contract where they couldn't portray that character or something like that for a certain number of years.
Who knows?
So those shows were, they were created before Disney Plus existed.
But they were Marvel Studios, though.
Correct. So they were Marvel Studios. Netflix was just the distribution. Netflix didn't own the characters in any way. So there was nothing that stopped them from, like, they could have, if they wanted to continue those series going, they could have, like, as soon as Disney Plus came around, okay, here's a new series, with them. I just think that they didn't, because they didn't have
a plan,
really a plan for it, and that's, those series, like, there are references, especially in that first season of Daredevil, to the events of the first Avengers movie. So they just didn't work them in, which is sad, because it's like you had some characters that kind of had a bit of a fan following from the Netflix that you could have brought in and kind of used to launch some of those.
We were really big into watching Jessica Jones, and we were on our way to Nick Cage when that whole thing happened. And
Lefty didn't really enjoy those because they tended to be a little bit more of a slow burn. So I was watching them she watched Jessica Jones, and then I was most of the way through Luke Cage. It was good. It just, I think I got a little tired of, like, yeah, he's the bad guy. When are we going to get to that? When? Okay, not yet.
I think the hard part for us on that was when David Tennant was the bad guy in Jessica Jones. It was really, really hard to correlate that after.
It is hard to see him in that kind of a role, yeah.
But he did it really well. Like,
he did,
and really a tough character to play when Purple Man. It's that's a tough, because that's a very manipulative character, and yeah,
he's still my favorite Hamlet.
Well,
which, if you haven't seen it, check it out. There's the recording of him doing the National Theatre, London. Like, to me, he captures Hamlet in, like, the absolute best characterization ever, particularly in the scenes where most people either say, like, oh, he's crazy or he's depressed, but he has this, like, way he presents the character that's just amazing. I own that DVD. It's right over here. It's amazing.
Yeah. The other good, if you're a Tennant fan, that I always bring up, and you can find it out there, totally worth it, is Staged. I don't know if you...
Oh, I don't think I've seen that. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. So
Staged was started during COVID, during the pandemic, and it's David Tennant and I'm gonna blank the other guy's name. He's another famous actor. They're actually, it's his co-star in Good Omens, and the whole premise of the show is it's them talking on webcam every day. But they were supposed to do a play together, and they're trying to work out the rehearsals so that when
COVID ends, they can bring it on, and it's all the shenanigans they get into, kind of comparing each other's lives with it. It's pretty funny. They got some pretty good cameos in there that make some surprise appearances and such. So
Michael Sheen.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Which, to that point, Good Omens is also very good David Tennant material. If you haven't seen that, like that's some good stuff too.
Yeah. Yep. I think I liked the book a little bit better, but
yeah. But
I mean,
I wasn't necessarily saying like that's like in itself superior, but as far as his work is very good in Good Omens.
Yes. Yeah, but that's a good one to check out is Staged, because it's my wife and I watched the first season of it, and they're fairly short little episodes, but they're just kind of hilarious the way that they play off of each other and banter back and forth. They do a whole bit about being cast as James Bond. Were you ever up for Bond? And I think it's Michael Sheen goes, well, I was in a Bond movie once. Oh, really? Yeah. I don't remember seeing you in. Well, my part got cut. Oh, what was your part? It's like, well, there's it was Pierce Brosnan's first film, and he gives the line, the classic line, Bond, James Bond. And the director really wanted to emphasize that we all knew that he was James Bond. So my line, I was the waiter, I was supposed to say, what was that again? So he would repeat the line. So that they play off of that for a bit, and that's the part that gets cut. But it's
if you also haven't seen David Tennant singing 500 Miles by the Proclaimers, also good on YouTube. Look it up. Good times.
Yeah. And with all that David Tennant love, we've been talking for quite a while, Mr. Kidder. It's time we wrap this show up, and to do that, we need some cheap plugs, some final thoughts, less hop tea in the world, the usual.
I too love David Tennant, and he is my favorite doctor.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Anyway, Triple B is on website, on the line, and those things, beerbluesbs.com. beerbluesbs.com. Please visit us there and everywhere in between. Also, we'd love for you to visit our store and buy the stuff. Lots of stuff. Please buy it. We get a cut of everything that you buy. That is at streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. And you can buy the shirts, the pint glasses, the stickers, blankets, variety of fun things. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Try not to yawn. I'll make it through this. Yeah, give us your money. You can just tip it to us too. You don't have to buy anything. Just send us your money. You're exchanging your money for our time. I think it works. Probably. Just send it to us. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Click on tips. Just the tip right there, please. And like that. Rudeboy pushed a button, and then he's gone. And now, like the Arbiter and Master Chief, he pushed a button again and crossed the light bridge, and he's back. All right. Now that he's back, we have Facebook and Instagram and everywhere on the audio platforms. So if you're listening to audio stuff, great. Like us there. And if you're watching this, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do the things. Yeah, it's getting to that time. We better wrap this thing up. So final thoughts. Let's see. We started out with Rudeboy. So there you go. Take her away, Rudeboy. Final thoughts into Triple B.
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome to hang out with you guys, have a couple of drinky poos, and it's glad to be back in some better health than a couple of weeks ago. And regret missing the anniversary episode, but it's I'm glad I'm back, and yeah, looking forward to warmer weather, some liquid precipitation that we got. Got some good storms rolling through, and hopefully it makes its way up to you guys up north sometime soon. So, yeah, it's been awesome. I can't wait to be back in a couple weeks, and it's made my night to be with you guys. So, cheers, happy early April, and yeah, you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. And we're getting plenty of the moisture. So we'll see what happens with it here.
It's just the white kind.
Yeah. Let's head on farther west there. And Doc, bring us some knowledge.
Is it snowing there?
Since, well, about 12 hours, there's over 9 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, it's April. What in the world are you doing?
It snowed on my
coincidentally.
You know, I say that though, but like we had snow here a few weeks ago, and I had to post on Facebook like I did not have snow in March on my bingo card because that's not what happens here either. So you know,
yeah. Coincidentally, April
does happen
4th
here.
is the 1957, I think, was the record blizzard.
you know, I say that, but I have pictures from my childhood of building snowmen in early June. So you know, welcome to living in the tundra. My final thought is, if I get drunk, well, I know I'm going to be the man who gets drunk next to you.
No! Okay. Sorry, we're past St. Patrick's Day, so we got to tone down that type of music again. Local Geek, what do you got happening?
Gamers are fine year round, okay? Thank you very much.
That is a proclamation.
I mean, he could have done the Irish hello and just not shown up tonight. But I mean, that's
I was late. You know that was last week. Never mind.
I mean, that's the closest to the Irish hello as you can get. So fashionably late.
Yeah.
All right, here's what I got for you. Drive like an F1 pro. Serve your community like a flashing lights officer, and always go for the high score. If you're heading to the theaters to see Mario this weekend, just remember, if you're feeling down, he just needs a little room for improvement. Sorry, I had to get one last dad joke in there. See you next time.
Whoa.
Wow.
I don't want you to be talking
I don't know. Gemini likes that one, apparently.
Stop talking about Mario's shroom. That makes me uncomfortable.
Something is growing for the wrong reasons. What else is he hiding under that hat?
Oh.
Is that a
Don't even get me started on Luigi.
Yeah.
They got a blue shell.
I mean,
Definitely not a
with
not a
Luigi and
noodle.
Mario, you take the L theory into play, and
Oh.
Howard, you brought this one on because you brought up dad jokes. So this is what happens.
Yeah. Well, you know, I bring up dad jokes like every other week, so you know.
That's why they're called Dad Jokes of the Week. Hello, where have you been?
I don't have any really great thing of wisdom except hop tea should not be a thing.
Hot tea? Really?
Hop tea, yeah.
Oh, hop tea. I thought you said hot tea, and I was like, tea should be hot.
Hockey.
Yeah, sorry. That's yeah, that was that is a drink that got worse the warmer it got as it was sitting here. So I'm glad it's gone. We'll see. I may or may not drink the other ones. Luckily, my wife only bought one. But the fact that some people drink this, and now I really wonder what is even like the whoa level of hops. What does that taste like?
I was gonna say when you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna look for like all the flavors," like you better be careful of the whoa.
Yeah, because that we'll have to see. But yeah,
It sounds like the milk toast of NA drinks.
it I think they're trying to appeal to the people who used to like IPAs who now can't drink. Because that
drink
just
hot
seems-
water.
That's got to be such a narrow demographic, though. People who
drink
like
hot water.
IPAs and can no longer drink. Like your concentric circles, your Venn diagram is like tiny.
Yeah.
I've never wanted a glass of tea and a glass of IPA at the same time.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
You
if I tried, I'll probably
I
not.
think we're good.
All right, that's all I got. That's my brain power is done for the night. So
I mean, IPAs are kind of similar to that, Howard. The longer you let them sit and the warmer they get, the worse they get.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, the longer it takes where you don't pour them into the sink, that's the worst that they get. Yeah. Also, interestingly enough, some new photographs have come back from Artemis 2. Of course, the mission circumventing the moon and coming back. New photographs already shows a Dollar General has popped up.
I saw yesterday they were like, it had just launched and it proves once again the Earth is not flat.
It's right next to the Waffle House.
There's Flat Earther Society clubs all around the globe.
All around that globe, I know.
Say it again, but slower. And with that,
Look at it! Look at it!
we better go before we hit some list that we won't get off of. So
I'm sure we're already all on it, so let's just embrace it.
yeah, I mean, I am no longer
We're
on
gonna be
terrestrial
like,
radio, so
By the moon.
Extraterrestrial now.
the powers are already going. And with that, I hope to get beamed up sooner than later. So for everybody on the call, thank you very much. We got Rudeboy Kyle, of course, Doc Spitting the Knowledge, Local Geek, the Triple B Brewmaster, and Howard Blues. I'm still Mark Kidder. Thanks for being here for this and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Keep your glass at least half full. There's free beer tomorrow, and we will catch you on down that conspiracy theorist, maybe or maybe not, plausible Tuscan Highway. Have a good one. See you in the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
Hey, Triple B family. You ever wonder why I call myself the living embodiment of Charlie Brown? See that plant stand behind me? It was like neon pink. So my wife and I decided to paint it with some spray paint. The bottle exploded. Well, the can exploded and leaked all the paint. That's what like 10 minutes of scrubbing has done. And it's still not done. And we need a new bottle or a new can of paint. That's how it goes.
All right.
Mhm. Very nice.
Very nice, very evil.
So I will be with you all for the next recording session.
All right.
I will miss the one after that because that is when we will be live on the radio with our choir, which has our conductor is like freaking out about it because she's like, she was like, is it live? Like we record it live and then it's broadcast, and it's like, no, it's like live to air.
Which air?
To which air? Which she had to explain to some people because she was asking because we had somebody who used to be in our choir, he's now leaving, who worked for the station that would be on, and she was like, that's what she said, she's like, is it alive or is it like recorded live and broadcast later? And somebody was like, all radio is live, and she was like, oh I hate to bubble, but no
Oh, sweetie.
People aren't sitting at the radio station at 1 a.m. like doing your live.
You only knew.
But
I mean,
people were also like, why do we have to be there 2 hours early? And she's like, because they have to check the levels. They're like, what do you mean they have to check the levels? And like, we basically have to perform our whole set, or at least the low points and the high points, so they can like prepare for it. And like, well, can't they do all that in post? And she was like, there is no post. It's live radio. Like,
no.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. So May 1st, I won't be here.